Day 223 for the vlog. Got up this morning, walked the pup, and it was race day. So got up, got ready, showered, got to the race, and I think I went to bed around 12:30. Got up at 4 to use the restroom. Came back and my head was just kind of already in race mode. Was just thinking, how early am I gonna get there? What am I gonna wear? How many strides am I gonna do? How's my body feeling? What's the temperature like? How much do I eat? How much do I need to hydrate? And just going through all these processes, steps already to like the checklist, the race day checklist. And so it's kind of hard to shut it off. I was just trying to think, just rest. You still have time to recover, sleep. You don't need to get up now. I think I got another 30 or 40 minutes of sleep. And then from what I remember, the alarm was set at 5:15, and for whatever reason, it didn't go off till 5:19. So that was strange, but I'm glad I didn't sleep past that because I really needed to get up and walk the dog. And then shower, get my stuff out of the car, and then head over to the race. And I got there for about 45 minutes. So I did a 2-mile warm-up, did some drills and strides, drank a little water, changed the shoes, headed to the start line. I saw my good friend Mr. Radcliffe there. He and I had worked together at Domino's for about a year or two together. And then we did a Ragnar Trail race together. And now I just see him at races. And actually, we saw him at my brother's college graduation. He was one of the photographers there. So it was really cool that he was the one taking my brother's graduation picture. And they got to say hi. So that was really cool. But we chatted for a minute. And I had asked him, like, hey, is this like the start and end of the course? Because normally you start on the street and you go out, do a loop, come back, and you kind of end on the other side of the square. And you actually normally end in the square, and it's a little trail like right to the center of it. And I was like, there's no people setting up over here. There's no spectators. There's no finish line. There's no timers. And it's like, I know it's got to be around here. I said, oh no, that football field that's on the next block away, diagonal. It's like, you're going to go in there. So before you come back here, you turn in to your left at the time. And then you head to the track. You finish on the track. I said, okay, cool. And so the numbers were a little bit lower, I would say, than normal. And normally there's a police car or a bike that goes out about 2 miles with you. And there wasn't one there. They just had, every time there was a turn, they had volunteers say, go left, go right, whatever. And I went out, took my first right, went up the hill, took a left, went around the neighborhood, and then came back out to one of the main streets. And then from there, I just went all the way up. And I got to, I can't remember the name of the hill, but this one, 9 out of 10 times, like, makes me walk. It's so steep and it's so long. And my legs are already fatigued from the start of the race. And I like to get out hard. I don't like to sit and wait and see who's there and see who's going to race. I'm getting a pack. Like, I don't want to be in a pack. I'm gone. I'm going to run as hard as I can, as long as I can. So I got out. I was listening for people. And I got to about the first mile mark. And I could hear the water station people were really nice. They were cheering. Hey, good job, good job. Here's some water. Keep out. Good work. Yada, yada. You know, that kind of thing. Really nice, really polite, and super cheerful. It's always great to see them. And I was waiting to hear how long it took me to get past them for the next person to get the cheer. And they had about, I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 seconds. And so like, just focus on you, keep going, stay relaxed, you're doing good. Remember, no moves the first 3 miles. After that major hill, then you can start switching gears and really race. And so, excuse me, just kept chugging along. I got to that hill, and I could see it coming. I was like, oh, this is the hill, this is the hill, this is the hill. I'm like, okay, you've done your squats, you've done your lunges, you've done squats with the trainer with the weight on. Your quads, your legs are a lot stronger than normal. So don't walk. It's like, I don't care how slow you go, just don't walk. You're in race mode, you're not walking. So I got up and it was not bad. I got to about a jog, but my legs were hurting. My left quad tightened up really bad, and I was questioning. I was like, okay, now I can make a move. I'm right around 3 miles. Right when you get to the top, it's about 3 miles. I saw the mile marker, and I was like, okay, I don't know how soon I can make this move. My quad's tight. I don't know if it's hopefully it doesn't cramp, but I feel like I'm not getting enough oxygen to my muscles right now. So I was like, just relax for another minute, breathe. And it was colder out. I was expecting it to be 56, somewhere in there, in the 50s. It was 42. It's 42 degrees, and I've been training in about high 80s to 90s. So it was a huge change. And going back to the start of the race, I saw my buddy, Mr. Ratcliffe, Mike Ratcliffe, taking pictures, and then I shook his hand. He's like, man, you better go keep warming up. Your hands are cold. I'm like, I know. All I had on was my singlet and the shorts and the racing shoes, right? So no gloves, no beanie. Oh, excuse me. So like I knew that breathing in air was gonna be harder, and it was. It was definitely hard the first mile and a half to keep breathing in air. Like I'm not that tired. My legs feel good. Body feels good. I'm responding well. I feel hydrated. But breathing in cold air was a lot harder, and I wasn't used to it. So it took a while to kind of calm down from that. Then going back to the halfway mark, it took another minute for my legs to respond. After that, it's almost all downhill, so I tried to hit a gear, but then the road was so close to the sidewalk, and I kept going on and off the sidewalk depending on the cars and if people were there, because they had people walking for the half marathon. Excuse me. So, trying to be respectful and let them have their race and have mine as well. And so, I did a little bit of zigzagging here and there, which I don't think affected me too much. It was just the sidewalk. And normally, you have a little bit of room on the road, and there wasn't enough at some points, so I just jumped on the sidewalk. And then everything was going good. My back tightened up a little bit. It was just a little bit tight, not sore, painful, just tight. And so it's like, you're fine, just relax, you're good, just keep your form straight, keep your posture good, keep breathing, get oxygen to your muscles, you'll be fine. So I'm rolling. I didn't look at my watch. I was scared that I was going to look and overthink things. I was like, just go off feel. You should be in like the goal was 37:15, 37:10, somewhere in there. And so in my head, I'm thinking like, you got to stay focused. You got to stay on it. Don't let up. Let's drive. Use the downhills. Use the crowd whenever you get it. And I was going. And then I get to about a mile mark, and there's one more hill. Coming down the hill, and it's normally about where you can see the start and finish line. And I'm going, and I see a pack of kids cooling down together. There's probably 10 of them. I couldn't tell if they were from the high school or the college there. And I was like, let me just catch them. A little goal for myself is to go catch them. So I'm trying to catch them. And they were really nice and polite, and they were on the side of the street and say, hey, good job, keep it up, you're doing good. So gave him like the thumbs up. I was breathing hard. I was like, okay, my legs are taxed, my body's taxed. I'm pretty close to being topped out right now. And I'm following the cones, and all of a sudden they kind of stop. I get to a light, and there's 2 police officers there, and I said, "Is this the way to the 10K?" And like, yeah. And okay, like I didn't have time to stop and chit chat, so I'm going. I go and cross, and I'm looking. I get to the stoplight where I took the first turn in the race, and I don't see anyone. I don't see anyone flagging me over. I don't see a finish line. So I turn left, so I head back west, so the same direction I had to the start. And I was like, maybe there's another sign over here. Like there was 2 lanes, so I was thinking maybe the right side is to start and the left side is to finish, and you go around. And I knew the football field was there, so I'm going. I was like, okay, I'll just turn left. I was like, okay, I'm on the wrong side of the road. I don't want to cross traffic. And I was looking, like this gate isn't even open here. What am I doing? I was hoping someone would flag me down. So I probably wasted a good 10 to 15 seconds out there. And I was like, shoot. And so, like, turn around real quick. I accidentally cut off a car. And they could tell I was a little bit lost. But I had just lost all my momentum too. And I go and hop in this gate. And I get to about 200 meters on the track left. And I'm just mentally just like upset. I'm frustrated. And I backed it off a gear for sure and finished. And it was like excuse me, time was 39:08, and I finished first, which was great. But at the same time, I wanted to get into 37s, and I think if I didn't make the wrong turn, I could have at least stayed focused and seen the goal, seen the finish, and drove hard and had the crowd bring me in. That's always a great feeling. So I feel like I could have easily gone 38:40, if not a little bit faster right there. But that was kind of a frustrating moment. And then I was waiting. I saw my family right away. It wasn't a big crowd. So we chatted for a second. And I was like, let me get some water. And this lady was very, very, I don't know, not inviting, but she snagged me right away and said, oh, wait, you look tired. Do you need anything? You need water? Like, no, I'm fine. I just need a second. And just a little frustrated. And I wasn't trying to take it out on her. She was super sweet. And I believe her name was Kimberly. And super sweet. And she said, hey, we're giving massages over here. Come over here, get the massage. And I said, okay, give me a minute. And family said, hey, good job. And then she came over again. Hey, come on, I got you some water. Come sit down. Let's give you a massage to help you cool down. I was like, okay. And the therapists were really nice as well. We talked a bit, and I didn't catch my therapist's name. He didn't say it, but he said he's also a 10K guy. He likes the 10Ks best, so one of the reasons he wanted to come out. So thank you, therapist. I wish I got your name. Sorry I didn't catch it. But thanks for stretching me out. Appreciate it. Definitely had a neck issue and some back issues, tightness. And it was nice to get a good quad stretch. And then got up, got a banana, got an orange, slice of pizza, and walked around a little bit. And I went to go cool down. I just did another mile. So 9 miles total for the day. And came back, walked around, did the little raffle things, yada yada, picked up a couple extra gifts, waited around for the award ceremony, and then won my age group, and then won overall, of course. And I got a big bag of food sitting over there. That bag says pickles on it. It's just a bunch of goodies from Trader Joe's. Started eating some cookies already, so that was the day in the race. I got to talk to a few people. I met a few people. Oh my gosh, who else did I see there? Steve Bray, who does the half or the full. He is a coach for the college there, and he's really fast. He was really nice, and talked to him for about 15-20 minutes. after the race, and then I saw a guy. His name was Randy, who he talked to, and then another guy, Michael. I think another guy, Steve, and they were all there. And like, I've seen you before. You did a good job on the race. And the guy that got second, I think he was like 15 or 16. It was William. So good job, William. You ran really well too. You ran strong, and I think you were 42, 44 minutes, somewhere in there. I think he's got a cross background, so he's used to a little bit shorter, but great job on the 10K, buddy. And then great job to everyone else. I got to talk to another one, Barbara, I want to say her name was. I talked to her at the beginning of the race, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, it's cold." And we were talking about, there's a little bit of the theme with kind of the salon theme. So the girls wear the dresses, the guys wear the cowboy hats and the guns, and they start the guns off, or the race off with the guns or a cannon. And she was like, "Oh, dude, those guns just scare me. They're so loud." I'm like, "Yeah, right. You almost jump instead of start your race." So we laughed a little bit, and we got to chat again after the race. But really nice, sweet person. I was glad to meet and see some new people. And then went and had breakfast, had French toast, hash browns, bacon, and my mom ordered this blueberry muffin that's toasted. Oh my gosh, that was so good. I wish I had a whole one, not just a piece. Then came back, took a nap. Mom was really nice, and she got here before I did and walked the pup. And the pup was really nice and just let me sleep for about 2.5, 3 hours. And we got up late, went for a walk. Let her do her thing, sniff and smell around. Then stepdad had a softball banquet we went to, and there was raffle tickets, so that was a lot of fun. My mom won twice. She won a trip to a train. It's like a train ride. It's I can't remember exactly what it's called. She's like, I've been wanting to go for like the last 3 years. So she won the ticket, and she won a little Bluetooth keyboard for your tablet or phone. So that was kind of cool. And then my stepdad knows a lot of the other softball people, so he was just chatting it up all night. He had a great time, and everyone was really, really nice, and a lot of jokes. And they were all saying, if you don't joke around with each other, then you don't belong in the league. So they're just really friendly, really happy-go-lucky group. They all had inside jokes and lots of laughs and full of humor. So great experience, great experience. Just a little chain of events. Maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow, but wasn't the plan to go to that. I had plans to go with the dad, and my dad had to get out of town. He had to kind of take care of my grandma real quick. So maybe more of that story tomorrow, but I'm gonna call it there. Had a good night, good day for the most part. It was a 7.5, 8. It should have been 8, and because of the family thing in the end with dad and grandma, and made me a little nervous, so kind of dropped it down a little bit to like 5.5, 6. But hopefully good things. Hopefully you're better. Yeah, trying to talk about it, but I'm talking about it, so. Push-ups are done. 100 push-ups are done. Reading's done for the day. I'm just in bed, getting ready to call it a night. So that's it. That's the recap for the day. Race went really well. Just wish the time was faster. And that was it. So run your life with health and happiness. Have a good night.